What's up, everybody? This is episode 3 of BYT Backyard Talk. Um, I'm Nick. We got Jacob here with us, going through picks 17 through 24. Last time we kind of recapped the picks. We're not going to recap them this time. Go back and watch episode 1 and 2 for more in depth. But so we're going to kick it off here. Pick number 17. I have odds. Jacob has evens. No trades. We're not doing no trades
Yep.
before free agency, before the draft. Now all the coaches are hired. They're rounding out their coaching staffs and everything like that. Big news in the NFL today was Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill being released by Miami. And I got my little Funko Pop hung up back there. So that's going to be changing out every now and then, fellas. So we're going to get it started here. Pick number 17, Detroit. Down year for Detroit. I think they'll be back next year, coming back up. If I'm doing anything for Detroit, I mean this is no brainer for me. I'm going edge, Cassius Howe. Gonna help out Hutchinson on the other end. I think this helps him up. Probably gonna get a big deal this offseason. So Jacob, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I dig it. I think it makes a ton of sense there. He was the best edge if you're going by the ratings that we have. I will call out. I don't think they had a down year, but I think where their franchise is at the moment is if you don't win the Super Bowl, it kind of was a down year. So I hear what you're saying, but this franchise is trending in the right direction. Overall, they're just occasionally missing a few things and injuries, and I think adding at least I think what I love about this picnic is that if Aiden Hutchinson has an accident again, then this gives him at least a backup for that. I mean, they playing together, they should be a dynamic duo, but you're always kind of building just in case injuries because unfortunately they do happen in football. So it makes sense to me. I like this pick. Jumping to pick 18 for Minnesota. So I've looked through this one a few times. I will call out here. I looked hard at running back here, to be honest. But if we're going by what the rankings are on this, I know we're not going solely like I don't fully believe PFF's ranks are perfect. It's pretty far down there enough to like kind of raise an eyebrow at, and I think we already took the best. You sent them to I forgot, but the running back earlier went through. So for me, this is secondary pick. I really like Avieon Terrell here, so I'm gonna go corner out of Clemson on this pick.
All right, yeah. Help out the secondary and everything.
Yep.
Don't know what their offseason is going to look like if they're going to try to bring in an Aaron Rodgers, quarterback. I think, there's a sneaky quarterback out there. I'm really interested to see what happens with Malik Willis this offseason. So
the quarterback's an interesting one too. We could have a whole conversation on because it's just been tough with McCarthy. And they spent such a high draft capital there to get up to that spot. But as of thus far, the best ability is availability, as they always say.
Yep.
So sometimes you got to swap through things. But for now, I want to shore up the defense. And that was my thought here.
All right. Pick number 19. Finally, one of our teams. And it's my team, the Carolina Panthers.
Can I chime in and just for the group? Normally, we don't let each other pick for our own teams.
No,
it's just how it worked out.
I got all the odds. Normally it's always weird. Either you have an even and I have an odd, and we always kind of work it out. But I get to pick for my team this first go around. Next time, Jacob will get to pick for me and his squad. He's nervous on his squad. I'll tell you that right now. He don't even know where I'm going.
I am indeed.
All right. I have a couple of draft crushes right now. I did not think the tackle from Miami was going to be here. He's 6'6", 315 pounds. Just going off by size and everything. Obviously, Miami had a good year going to the national championship. They won it, right? Or no, Indiana won it.
Indiana won. They runner up, but yeah, Indiana got the natty this year.
You scroll on down. I do like Kalen Proctor.
I was looking at this one earlier.
Go
He's
back
at
up.
22. Yeah, he's at 22. He's right here. The from Alabama, right?
Yeah. What's his measurables?
6'7", I believe, as well.
Ah!
Oh, damn it. Did you just get me on that?
Did.
I think it is, though. It is indeed. I'm not going to repeat it, but I wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that.
Icky's out, probably majority of the season. But I do have another draft crush. Linebacker is a big need for Carolina. I can't take a linebacker right now. If both of these tackles were gone, I would take CJ Allen. We need an off the ball linebacker. Maybe before the draft we kind of rapid fire do a 2-3 round mock and everything, maybe a little bit longer of a stream here. So I think for right now, I'm gonna take the Miami offensive tackle. I hate to go contrarian, following the best player on the board. That's not what Carolina normally does. But
Yeah.
if anything this year, you let him start out tackle. If Icky comes back, you can move him into guard. I think I had to talk Jacob one time. I'm never going to beat up a team for drafting offensive linemen because I know they're the cup. They make everything go. If you have a bad offensive lineman, you're going to have a bad offensive line, you're going to have a bad season. And it's not a Danny Watkins type of pick here that we didn't see coming, but it is a pick I think that is needed.
Yeah, I got to jump in. You're throwing daggers over here with the Danny Watkins, but for anyone that actually follows drafts, that's an inside joke for me and Nick about that. That was a tough offensive line pick, but I think your actual other one was when they took Lane Johnson. I think they had pick 4 that year, and they took Lane Johnson. So no, I'm a trenches guy, so it is what it is.
Yep.
Awesome. Right. I think it's a good pick. Like by these measurables, he's the guy on the board. But I do like the other tackle as well that we were just looking at. Dallas, this is their second pick, so I get to pick 2 times for Dallas, which is phenomenal.
I think Peter Woods from Clemson.
Up here we got Peter Woods, DI Clemson.
Yep.
I knew the position because I thought they needed the interior help on that pick, which makes this pick a little bit easier, which is not going to sit well with you, Nick, because I'm glad you didn't do it. But I think if anything showed this year, they've got to load up on defense. They truly can't do any of this, and it hurts my heart to even try to make this team get any better. But I really think CJ Allen makes a ton of sense here at the linebacker position.
It does.
Yeah. So I think this is really going to help shore up their defense a little bit more. Like you said, you could have taken him at the last for your squad on the pick before.
Yep.
And then I don't think they're going to let another Bulldog fall into Philly's area. We don't need a linebacker at the moment, in my opinion. It's your pick, but we're the Georgia Dogs for a reason. So
the Philadelphia Dogs, yeah,
Georgia Eagles, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We're a farm team, if you will, for that squad.
Pittsburgh Steelers, new old head coach, and Mike McCarthy. Rumor is from the ex-Twitter TikTok sphere that Aaron Rodgers may be back for one more year.
Okay.
Don't know if that's the case. Could be another. This is pre-free agency. If Malik Willis goes to Pittsburgh, then it's going to change the whole ball. If I already think Kyler Murray is going to be traded to Pittsburgh. So right now, this ain't happening. They have no quarterback on their roster, in my opinion.
Agreed. I would agree with that.
Yeah. So I am breaking this trend. Kenny Pickett was their last first round quarterback. I'm doing it. I'm going Ty Simpson from Alabama quarterback. Even if he sits a year behind Rodgers or something like that, you've got to get that position right. I don't care if you take a quarterback. If I'm an NFL team, I have a quarterback. I'm drafting a quarterback every year or every other year. They are bargaining chips. You can get so much draft capital for them. Philly used to do it all the time. They would draft a quarterback.
Shout out Howie.
Yep. He would draft a quarterback, and then let's just go back. They had McNabb. They drafted Kevin Cobb. They traded McNabb. Kevin Cobb started. Michael Vick came back, traded Kevin Cobb. Okay. And then you kind of went through a little bit of year there. Then you got Carson Wentz. A couple of years, got a deal. Now you got Jalen Hurts. You traded Carson Wentz. You traded Sam Bradford.
Bradford.
I mean, you guys were trading quarterbacks. That is the only right now outside of defensive end that and wide receiver that is a bargaining chip. I do not know why teams are not drafting quarterbacks. Not high, not every year, but then you get to show them off in the preseason, and then they're there. So, I mean, I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but right, it's
good.
time for Pittsburgh too.
It's good. I think we could talk a lot about this because what sparked in my mind for that is like it's awesome. First off, that you know enough about the Eagles to even have that conversation with me right here. And for anyone that ever knows why we talk together, that's why he's my co-host. We really do look into this stuff and follow it as much as we can and love to talk about it. That Bradford trade, man, like you just can't figure out a better time to like trade a quarterback that seems like they're on top of the world a little bit. He wasn't on top of the world, but his value.
He was never higher.
Yeah, exactly. His play wasn't quite there, but his value for whatever reason was there, and you have it. I do think the Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts dynamic was a wild one because I thought Carson was going to be the future for a while, but the Birds said, "Yo, we're taking Jalen in the second." So, what I like about this, and then I'll also get off my soapbox about this one for you, Nick, is the one thing though about the Steelers is like certain teams have like a heart, like a heartbeat type of thing. And one thing the Steelers franchise has always done is like they keep and they really try to keep longevity amongst all things. Like the coaches is like the easiest one. Like I forgot the exact number, but you know they don't swap their coaches. What was it?
I think this is like their fourth head coach in their
franchise. Yeah, exactly right. We're talking about franchise history, not practice. Franchise history. And so they run with that. And I just feel like even if, to your point, Rodgers comes back for a year, he can't play for probably the longevity that they're looking for. So getting somebody to come in there and start to maybe be that next guy that rides with them for the next 10 years or so is a really smart move. So I dig it.
Most analysts will sit here and say, "Oh, if you've got two quarterbacks on your roster, you've got done." No, you've got two quarterbacks. The most important position in Major League sports is the quarterback.
Yep.
I'd like to have three good quarterbacks. I'm going to pay one. I'm going to have a backup. And then guess what? There's always an injury that happens. Look what happened this year. Lamar went down. The Vikings quarterback went down for a little bit. I mean,
Bo Nix went down in the playoffs.
Went down. I mean, it happens every year. You know, at least one quarterback is going to go down. Penix went down.
Yep.
I mean,
making a team be able to understand and be a part of a team that it's okay to have two really good quarterbacks is not a problem. It's a really good thing to have as long as you can manage it out and contracts work, obviously. But to get us to jump back onto this one a little bit, I'm pivoting over 22 Chargers. In this scenario, I was going to throw this out to you, Nick. I would have gone. Here's a sneak pick. So a lot of times we do sneaky picks where we kind of pick two for where we think. I actually think the tight end from Oregon would be a decent pick here, just for the simple fact that I think you're trying to get some additional weapons in there for them. And then I know they have a younger guy, Oh my goodness, I forgot his name, but the tight end that blew up in fantasy for like 4 weeks this year.
Yeah.
So he's still like a rookie. He didn't play a ton. So I think he's right here. Sorry, Kenyon Shadiq is the one I was saying. Like if you're going to go tight end, it's here. But me being a line guy, I'm actually going Kadyn Proctor on this one,
Okay.
which is funny because you mentioned him earlier again. Do you remember what his size was? I can't.
I do.
But
Tell
I
me
just
what it is.
I'm not indeed. But I want to build inside out with pretty much all the teams I look at. I think that's a way bigger need than the tight end at the moment. But if I were going to throw an absolute curveball pick for the Chargers, it would be tight end position, and that would be it. But we're going offensive tackle.
I think that's a good pick. You can even move him in at guard. You got to. Herbert was beat up a lot through the year. I mean,
Yep.
And I know they have offensive line, but their offensive line is always hurt. I don't know what it is in LA, but their line gets
I
hurt.
feel like every time anyone talks about the Chargers, there's a few. Again, some teams have identities, but for whatever reason, in the Chargers, their quarterbacks get beat to death every year. So,
all right, I'm gonna walk away for about 15 minutes. Make Jacobs. No, I'm just playing. We got the Philadelphia Eagles here at 23. If I say there's a coach on the hot seat, it's Nick Sirianni. I don't know why. Jacob knows I'm not a fan of him. I don't know what it is. I'm just not a fan. Okay. Sadie down here, my dog, she's not a fan. You have a big free agent that scored 10 plus touchdowns this year. Could he come back? Or is he going to be like, let me go chase this bag? And that's in Dallas Goedert.
mm-hmm.
I do think A.J. Brown may be gone. And this could, you might have another first round pick. You might have a first round pick next year. They're saying that a lot of teams are probably not going to trade around picks next year because next year's draft is supposed to be the best draft in the whole wide world. I'm going to stay contrarian here, but I'd also like to sneak in a pick here. Okay. I'm not going to pick this player, but it's another Oregon player. You go to the safety position, Dylan Demon.
Yep.
I think he is a possibility as well.
Okay.
You Reed Blankenship's also a free agent.
True. Very true.
I think Howie is going to load up the box. I know you don't like it, but I'm going Sadiq here from the tight end from Oregon.
Once you mentioned somebody going out, I had thought you were going to go with tight end here, and it's funny because what I like is we're both talking the same people for different teams, and we're trending in the same direction for a lot of these. I don't hate the pick, man, at all. I think if I had my 2 cents on this, I really think Dallas Goedert will want to do his best to be back. But to your point, he's likely going to be offered more money elsewhere, and sometimes money talks, and it just is what it is overall. Ask Makai Becton how that turned out after he left a Super Bowl team.
He could be coming back.
He might. I hope he does. But he was one of the worst rated tackles this past season. So anyway, I don't mind this pick. I think it makes sense. I like your idea of the safety on this. I do think Philly has a better chance to bring back Reed Blankenship than they do bringing back Dallas Goedert because we're going to have to make some trade-offs somewhere. So I'm not as worried about the safety at the moment. So I like this pick a lot. All right. I will jump back on. So
You
we
had
had
before, and you had him taking the wide receiver from Arizona.
Yep. Wide receiver already's gone off the board for this. So for me, it's truly just so the reasoning, if you go back and watch, I didn't mean to click that. I apologize. The reasoning earlier was that we were trying to give Shador, or we were talking about giving quarterbacks as much weaponry as we could. And that's why I took the wide receiver earlier. So for me, now it's the best on the board. I'm going, and I talked to you previous posts. I don't know what it is about Utah, but they're mean and nasty. So this tackle, I'm going to go with the tackle. I haven't watched a ton of his tape at the moment, but I'm taking him over a name like from Georgia. I know Georgia's a hot prospect, and they're bringing everybody in, but there's just something about Utah that brings nasty. And I say the same thing about Maryland. Maryland produces really off the cuff receivers and CBs. I don't know what it is. There's just like a
Iowa
thing.
tight ends.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yep.
like I'm gonna take the tackle. This is truly just to hopefully protect Shador a little bit more. I think they are invested in that overall. You pair a new wide receiver with a new tackle to try to get that line a little bit together, see where it goes from there.
Yep. All right. So now 24, we got the Chicago Bears here.
25.
We are doing
We finished up, right? We were doing 17, 24.
Yes, 24 should be the last one, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, making sure. Okay, sorry.
You're good.
I was looking at the screen. That's number 25. My apologies.
All
All right,
good.
guys. BYT episode 3 here. We'll do the next 8 picks, maybe sometime this week. We're trying to get a little bit more regular at it. Please interact, share, like, subscribe. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. You know,
Yep.
tell
It's
us your
just,
favorite team. You
yep.
know, if you send us a comment like, "Hey, tell me what you think about Raiders and their off season," you know, we'll dive deep into it. You know, it'll be just a special show for you, but you know, we want to get this thing going off. I've been a little bit slacking lately. I always got some work stuff, and um, Jacob's been really good about putting everything together here for us. So, but yeah, like, subscribe, tell us what you think, tell us what you'd like us to do better, and um, maybe instead of doing 8 picks after this round, we'll do a whole first round pick and second round pick, or do individual teams and go from there. You know, um, but this is pre combine, pre free agency, pre franchise tag. All the coaches are hired now. Okay, there's only 2 seasons for me in the sports world. There's the NFL season, and then there's the NFL off season, and we are in the off season part, which is
Yep.
fun. And there's only July that is nothing for me. So but this is the fun part. This is where the teams get ready to go into Super Bowl 61. So, Jacob, you got anything you want to add?
Not much. Just we have been working to share, as Nick mentioned. I think the idea we want everyone to understand is that this is supposed to be a conversation. That's why it's called Backyard Talk. We could pivot content to be more, individual person specific. If you have a team or if you don't have a team, we just like to talk football. It is what it is. At the end of the day, so I'm on. I still call it Twitter. I'm on Twitter, X, whichever you want to call it. It's BYT_Brooks. If you want to hit me up on Twitter or follow me on there, you can send me questions or responses to any of this stuff. I'll try to respond to any of that. And then we can also gauge our content for what you like to see as well. But I do appreciate the likes, subscribes, and views from all the group as well.
And if you are wondering, this is Superman.
Nice. I dig it. All right,
guys.
Is it BYT out?
It is BYT out. I want to see if you can hear this. Hang on.
Awesome.
I did actually hear it that time.
Nice. All right. Let's see if I can. All right. No. Can you hear that? Sing it.
We'll get it worked out, guys. It's BYT out. All right. I'll catch y'all later.
Later, guys.
Yep.